Hello everyone, welcome back to YK Reviews. For today's video, it's going to be your weekly entertainment news update here. I'm trying to get back on track here. I know I've not done a lot of reviews these past couple of weeks. I'll be honest, November was a pretty crappy month in terms of health wise. Just been sick non-stop. Finally on the road to recovery. I've got planned a Chucky series review, a Andor series review, Santa Claus movies and series reviews, just lots of stuff coming the way. So keep an eye out on the channel and do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos here, and also you don't miss out on these weekly entertainment news videos here. Tons to go over, obviously the big news with DC, which we'll get into, along with so many other different news here. Timestamps for everything will be in the description down below, so if there's anything you want to skip ahead to, anything that in particular you're interested in, timestamps are in the description down below. But let's get into it. Now I know this isn't technically entertainment news here, but the Game Awards literally took place at the time of this recording. It took place about 24 hours ago. I didn't watch the full stream. I was out and about, but I was able to watch the highlights. I'll be honest, didn't really entertain me. I feel like they could have done a lot in terms of the presentation, and just the award ceremony just didn't feel as hyped up as it was being. And I'll be completely honest, I had a very, very slim hope of some Spider-Man 2 news coming out, because that's the most anticipated game of 2023. Sony, Insomniac, I'm waiting for that game. Give me a trailer, give me an announcement, give me something. That's my most anticipated game of 2023. So I had a feeling they weren't going to do anything, maybe saving it for a Sony PlayStation showcase or something like that, but disappointed that we didn't get anything. However, they did have a couple of announcements here I just want to briefly go over before we move on to the entertainment news here. When it comes to the Game of the Year award, it's gone to Elden Ring, and I've heard such great things about this game. I heard a ton of great reviews for this game. I've seen some gameplay, some walkthroughs, and I'll be honest, I'm really excited for this game. It's something that I have been wanting to play. It's definitely on my list, and it is something I'm very excited for. A game that's won Independent Game of the Year is the game Stray. So yeah, this game is basically where you're playing as a cat. You follow the cat around the city, and it's won the Independent Game of the Year. I've seen the reviews and I've seen the gameplay. I'll be honest, I was not expecting it to be as good as it looked, and I never had this on my wish list, but I am actually going to be trying this game out because it does look fun. So if you're a cat person, let me know if you've tried this game. Let me know what you thought about it. If you're a dog person, will you try out this game as well? And mostly for the other awards, a lot of it went towards God of War Ragnarok. You've got the best score soundtrack gone to God of War Ragnarok. Best performances, you've got Christopher Judge from God of War Ragnarok. Audio design goes once again to God of War Ragnarok. And action adventure, God of War Ragnarok. So narrative, God of War Ragnarok. Innovative in accessibility, God of War Ragnarok. So they had a really strong showing in God of War Ragnarok. Won a lot of awards. However, the main one, the big one, Game of the Year, Elden Ring. Let me know if you've played it, how much you like it. Do you think it does deserve the Game of the Year award? Let me know down in the comment section below here. But also during the Game Awards, a quick shout out having Al Pacino show up and get the Game of the Awards, which honestly caught me by surprise. I was not expecting that, but they did have a couple of announcements that I just want to briefly go over here. They released a quick brief trailer of Scars Above, basically just a sci-fi action adventure shooter game coming out, but honestly I do like the look of this game. So you've got Scars Above coming out, a big one here with Street Fighter 6. If you're a Street Fighter fan, they've got a 6th one coming out here. There's also one that's similar to Bioshock. If you're a Bioshock fan, there's a game called Judas coming out. So if you like that type of game, keep an eye out on that one. And on one of the things that really got to me too was Kevin Conroy's playing Batman in Suicide Kill the Justice League. A really, really great looking game. I'm very excited for this game. So that one's also be coming out pretty soon here. And then one that I'm currently playing right now, Jedi Fallen Order, the Star Wars game. They've got a sequel to that called Star Wars Jedi Survivor. This one is also going to be coming out in March, I believe it was. So trailer looks great. I'm very excited. I'm really enjoying the Fallen Order game, and I'll be doing a review hopefully later on this month as we like finish the game off. Another big one too was the announcement of Death Stranding 2. I've not played the first one. I've heard good things about that, and it is on my bucket list too. So for them to have a Death Stranding 2, I'm really curious on your thoughts on that, like what you think about that. Are you excited for it? Have you played the first one? If you haven't, do you think you'll be playing it? Let me know down in the comment section below there. And then another one, because there's so much that they've announced here, but briefly going over it, the next one here, we've got Dune Awakening. The premiere trailer for this one has also been released here, and I've got to say the trailer looks so fantastic and so great. So let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts, your opinions on all these, and any that I haven't mentioned, let me know down in the comment section below. But we go from a segue from the Dune trailer video game to an article that got released. Set photos have been like showing up with Timothy Chalamet's return for Dune Part 2, and I've got to admit, I really loved the first Dune. A very, very slow build up, but a really exciting, interesting storyline and an interesting franchise, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to do moving forward with it. But with this, you can see the set photos here. You see Timothy Chalamet's on set in location here, and honestly I really like the look of the outfit. I really like the look of the settings there. I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do with this movie and this franchise. We know from the article here that production on the film started earlier this year. They started filming in Budapest, Hungary, Italy. Now they're taking place in the United Arab Emirates. So this is most likely where the photo is from, but it looks like this film is wrapping up nicely, and like I said, I'm very excited to see what they're going to do with it. If you've seen the movie, let me know down in the comment section below your excitement level and how you're feeling towards the sequel here. And for the next article here, the next story, we've got here the first look of the Acolyte Star Wars show being filmed right now. In this article here, we see some set photos showing up here. Some of the pictures, I'll admit, are a bit blurry, but we just get to see some set photos here of the characters, get to see them in these Jedi robes here. We've got Dafine Keen, I believe it is. Again, I apologize, I'm so bad with like the names here, but we see her being spotted on set. And it also looks like we see like a Jedi Padawan. Looks like Dean Charles Chapman looking like a Jedi Padawan here, as we see from this set photo here. And we see a Wookiee also in the background here in this outfit as well. And we see once again Dafine Keen with another actress on set here, looking very unusual to say the least. So we see these set photos coming out here, and basically, if you haven't heard of this or you don't know what this is about, it's essentially called The Acolyte. It's a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers. In the final days of the High Republic era, a former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the force they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. And essentially, this is taking place 100 years before Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, sort of like focusing on the Sith generic type show. So I'll be honest, I'm actually really excited to see this, because I've wanted something from before The Phantom Menace, before Episode 1, before all of that focus on that. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with that. I'm really excited to see a trailer that's going to be coming out. Not sure when, but let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts, your opinions, if you're excited for it, if you're not. Let me know down all in the comment section below here. But moving on to the next article here, we've got is coming in regards to Ghostbuster Afterlife, a sequel, as they find a director. And also we find out that the main cast from Ghostbuster Afterlife are all coming back here. This comes from the deadline here, confirming that writer Gil Keenan has officially been tapped to direct Sony Pictures' forthcoming horror comedy sequel. Keenan is no stranger to the horror genre, as he previously directed Monster House, Poltergeist and Scream. Currently writing an untitled project with the previous director Jason Reitman, who was initially attached to helm the sequel, the film is currently slated to arrive in theaters in December 2023, so basically next year. And right now I'm currently in the middle of doing a Ghostbuster, movie marathon. I've seen it once, I believe, the first two, and I've not seen the rest after that, but I'm just currently in the middle of doing that, and I'm really enjoying the franchise. I know it's such an iconic franchise, and I'm going to be getting to Ghostbuster Afterlife pretty soon, but the fact that they're doing a sequel, the fact that all the main cast are returning is definitely sounding promising here. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts, your opinion, what you think of the Ghostbuster trilogy movies, and also your excitement level for this, knowing that it's got a different director here, different writer. Let me know all of that down in the comment section below here. And this one, I'm not sure if like anybody really knows about this one, but there comes an article from the Deadline once again of Matt Damon and Casey Affleck, who are going to be set to star in The Instigator, with Doug Liman set to direct this for an Apple original film. Now, if you're asking basically what this film is about, it's basically following two thieves who must go on a run with the help of one of their therapists after a robbery goes awry. And as I mentioned in like one of the previous reviews I've done, I'm a huge fan of heist movies, robbery movies. Like Ocean 11 is my favorite film of all time, and I just love these types of movies. So I just wanted to bring this up because I love these types of movies, love this type of genre. Very excited to see what this kind of movie brings to the table. So let me know down in the comment section your excitement level. Do you like heist type movies? Do you like these kind of movies? Let me know down in the comment section below what you think about this one. And then before we get to like the big news, the big DC news that's been covering this whole week, Jackie Chan has announced that Rush Hour 4 is in the works, and this got me so excited. He revealed, and this is coming from Variety here, that Jackie Chan has revealed he is in talk for Rush Hour 4. Like, my excitement level is so high. Like, I literally was watching a clip from Rush Hour 3 of the You Me scene.
May I help you?
We'll be asking the questions, old man. Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
I'm not blind, you blind.
That is what I just said.
You just said what?
I did not say what. I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
And you is answering.
Shut up. You.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
I am me.
He's me. And I'm you.
And I'm about to whoop your old ass, man, because I'm sick of playing games. You, me, everybody's ass around here. Him, I'm gonna kick his ass. I'm sick of this.
It's just so hilarious. I love that scene. Like, granted, Rush Hour 3 wasn't as great as Rush Hour 1 and 2. However, it's just been such a great franchise. So hilarious. Christucker and Jackie Chan together are just such a great duo. And I'm so excited to see what they're going to do. My only thing is that it's such a different time from when Rush Hour 1 and 2 and even 3 came out. The jokes, I'm not sure they would have gotten away with it in this day and age. So I'm hoping that they don't hold back too much, but I'm excited for this one. If you've seen the movies, let me know down in the comment section below your excitement level. Are you excited? Are you worried? What your thoughts are about the first 3 movies too. Just let me know down in the comment section below about that as well. Okay, so now we get to the big news. The DC news, the big thing that everybody's been talking about, initially coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Granted, this comes a day after Gal Gadot's tweet about how she became Wonder Woman and the journey she's been on. So just such bad timing now, because the Hollywood Reporter, when they first initially announced this, stating that Wonder Woman 3 will not be moving forward as DC movies hit a turning point. But it wasn't just about Wonder Woman 3, just so much things being announced here as we get to the article. It says here, when it comes to like James Gunn and Peter Safran, they're expecting to meet David Zaslav, the head of the Warner Brothers studio, and they were going to be pitching the idea, the plan that they have for the DCEU, or the DCU as they're now calling it. And when it comes to like the Wonder Woman 3 situation, Patty Jenkins recently turned in her script to James Gunn and Peter Safran, and they sort of declined it, basically explaining that it doesn't fit with the vision, it doesn't fit with the plan, because even like a couple of weeks ago, James Gunn mentioning how nobody knows what the plan is for DCU apart from him and Safran. Like, nobody, like the writers, directors, nobody has like a vision of like what they got. So when Patty Jenkins presented her script, they declined it, basically told that Wonder Woman 3 will be in a standstill as of right now. And that was like initially when it first announced, but as like stories were developing here, basically they saw the script, they weren't a fan of it, very similar to like Wonder Woman 1984, and a lot of people had issues with that movie. I'll be honest, I really liked the first one. Second one was for me, to be honest. Like, I'm not hugely critical of it, but I'm not going to overpraise it. It was an okay movie. For me, wasn't as good as the original Wonder Woman movie. But then as the story was developing over the next couple of days, it was announced that they offered Patty Jenkins to rewrite the script, work on it, tweak it a little bit, but she just flat out refused and walked away from the project. So now, as of right now, there's no Wonder Woman 3, which is such a shame, because like I feel like they like Wonder Woman does deserve like its own trilogy to close out everything here, but that's not all when it comes to like the DC library, the DC heroes here, because then as we continue with the article here, there's talks of shuttering Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3, also closing the curtain on the Snyderverse and the heroes cast by filmmaker Zack Snyder for his Justice League. Talks of Man of Steel 2 being put on the shelf, no more Aquaman by Jason Momoa, and there's even been reports that Aquaman 2 is going to be the last time Jason Momoa plays Aquaman, because there's even rumors going around that he's going to play Lobo. So this might be the last time we see him play Aquaman. And then there's talks of Black Adam 2 not happening. Like I said, Man of Steel 2 not happening, which I'll be honest, as a DC fan, it's such a roller coaster of a ride being a DC fan. Having Henry Cavill come back as Superman in the post-credit scene of Black Adam, and now what I just find weird too is that he left the Netflix Witcher project. He announced on his Instagram too that he's back, and then all of this is being just announced, everything being put on the shelf. There was even talks too of like cameo scenes being played, like Batman's cameo scene, Superman's cameo scene, and like that may not even be coming into light anymore. They may not even be in the movie of like the Flash movies, the Aquaman 2 movies here. As I mentioned too in the article here, like talks of Black Adam 2 not being developed or not coming out after all the issues and like articles surrounding like how much money it's made. Even Dwayne The Rock Johnson having to tweet out that yeah, this is going to be making a profit, which I also just found very strange that he has to do that. So a sequel is very unlikely for Black Adam, and even talks of like a Hawkman spin-off coming out is dead in the water as of right now. In the article here, it's even showing here Momoa meanwhile could be emerging as a pivotal figure in the new plans, according to several sources. In one scenario, the actor would wrap up his days as an underwater hero, Arthur Curry, at Aquaman 2 The Lost City, which would be the final movie released that was made by the previous regime. But it would not spell the end of the actor's involvement with DC, with sources saying the actor would lead another movie or franchise. The character of Lobo, a foul-mouthed cigar-chomping intergalactic bounty hunter, has been mentioned in connection with Momoa, as I mentioned earlier. But also one thing that's not being touched, which I feel like a lot of fans are happy about, is the fact that Matt Reeves' Batman, that Batman universe, is not being touched. Batman 2 is still on the cards, so a lot of people are happy with that. They're also going to be looking into like spin-offs with the Penguin. That's also going to be still continuing. So Matt Reeves' Batman is safe, good to go. But it's just everybody was up in arms raw. There was even a tweet, like a hashtag going on of fire James Gunn. Just everybody just going overboard with like the news here, and I understand it in some aspects because it's just such weird timing of Henry Cavill returning, Gal Gadot with that tweet as I mentioned, and then all of this coming into light. But then James Gunn did respond to the article. So he basically responds to the article here. He goes on Twitter and this is what he writes here. So as for the story yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true, some of it is half true, some of it is not true, and some of it we decided yet whether it's true or not. Which honestly did get a chuckle out of me for that last line there. And then he goes on to say that although the first month of DC has been fruitful, building the next 10 years of story takes time, and we're still just beginning. Peter and I chose to helm DC Studios, knowing we were coming into a fractious environment, both in the stories being told and in the audience itself, and there would be an unavoidable transitional period as we moved into telling a cohesive story across film, TV, animation, and gaming, which, as he mentioned previously, that he wants to merge everything to be a one cohesive universe, even including video games, which I'm a bit worried about, but that's something for a way down the line here. But then he continues going, in the end, the drawbacks of that transitional period were dwarfed by the creative possibilities, the opportunity to build upon what has worked in DC so far, and to help rectify what has not. We know we're not going to make every single person happy every step of the way, but we can promise everything we do is done in the service of story and in the service of the DC characters we know you cherish and we have cherished our whole lives. As for more answers about the future of the DCU, I will sadly have to ask you to wait. We are giving these characters and these stories the time and attention they deserve, and we ourselves still have a lot more questions to ask and answer. And then he posts a picture of the Justice League here with many of the characters there, as you can see here. But to me, I get where everybody's coming from here. I understand like the worry and the fear with everything going on here, and as much as like the report is like mentioning all of this here, James Gunn just coming into the helm here, he's building everything, he's working on everything. I don't think he's going to do a full reboot, may do a soft reboot, may do a couple of recasting here and there, but when it comes to like DC, it's been a mess for such a long time. Like, you have to understand that from the Man of Steel in 2013 up until now, it's just been a complete crap show of a continuous storyline. Basically, like the previous regime made such a mess, and even like with Dwayne The Rock Johnson even mentioning how they didn't want Henry Cavill back, and just the Justice League and everything just going on there. So the fact that they have to like start rebuilding slowly, put a pause on everything, work on everything, I have trust in James Gunn because he knows superheroes. Like, he's done a fantastic job with Peacemaker, and probably one of the standout shows of this year. Did a fantastic job with Guardians 1, Guardians 2, and then you look at the trailer for Guardians 3, looks so fantastic. He knows superhero movies, he knows superhero comic books, he understands what the fans want. So the fact that if it's going to take a while, couple of like delays in terms of movies or little to no announcements for now, and then building a 10-year plan, I'm all for it. I do hope though that they don't recast too many, like Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, like these three. I don't want them to be recast. Ben Affleck, I also think he is a good Batman, but I get that he's getting older now, he's got other projects, they may have to find a different Batman, but I'm not jumping the gun, no pun intended, but the fact that we have to wait a bit now for announcements and everything like that, is going to be rough. But hopefully like this starts picking up and like the DCU can become a good franchise now, and like have good storylines, have good movies, shows, just build it to like a strong brand like what it can be, because they have such great characters, such great libraries to call upon. So this has been such high news throughout the last couple of days that it's been non-stop news, non-stop articles coming out here. So I'm very curious to see what's going to be happening here, and I've got my eyes peeled for James Gunn's announcement and the fact he's going to be presenting it to David Zaslav. I believe it was in the next couple of like weeks, so hopefully we do have something here. But these are all the news articles, all the entertainment news for this week here. Let me know down in the comment section below your thoughts, your opinion, what you think about the whole DC news articles coming out here, James Gunn and everything like that. Let me know down in the comment section below. Once again, timestamps for everything will be in the description down below. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions, everything we discussed here, anything in particular that intrigues you. Let me know down in the comment section below. And like I said, hit that subscribe button, like button, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos here. Entertainment news coming out on a weekly basis here, so that you don't miss out on any articles, any announcements, any news. All going to be on the channel here, and once again, reviews going to be coming up thick and fast hopefully here, so keep an eye out on the channel. But thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for listening. This is YK Reviews. Peace.